That's it. See you guys later. No, Sean and I were just saying it would be funny if we just ended the stream right now. Bam.
Smell you later, loser.
Short, sweet, to the point. Good morning, everyone. We love you all.
We got Surrender.
Surrender.
Let us know how shitty it sounds.
We got a new setup.
Derek's on
Once
a warpath.
again.
He's had enough.
I don't blame him.
I don't blame him
I'd have
either.
had enough of us.
I know. I'd be like, you jackasses.
He's got a Derek mic.
He's got a D mic.
I don't know if he's got a cam, but a D mic. Who can hear him?
Well, as we just said with OnlyFans, it doesn't really,
I was just saying how if I thought it was worth it, I'd maybe try OnlyFans, but we don't think the men bring in as much as our female.
The male foreign gets none of the respect.
It's Frederick Rogers, member for 22 months. Greetings, sir. Good old Mark Stanton, Tony. We got Tom. We got everybody. Homegrown Son. We got Zoot. Another Tom, the mighty Woodrow. The honorary heathen. The honorary heathen. That was a good sounding little jam from what I heard with the mighty Woodrow, our pal, playing at the Rail House Brewery with one of our favorite local groups, the Lowdown Dirty Heathens. They got music out. If you guys are into some sort of southern rock, blackberry smokish kind of stuff, go check them out. In fact, I've heard a rumor that maybe our good pal Joe Fry is doing a collaboration song with some of us other folks around town. So
he's got me hollering.
Oh, we're moving. It's shaking. It's shaking. Chad B. Tom says, I've heard dudes can make a little scratch. Yeah, but I'm just thinking like it's like Sean said, like $150 a month, not like, I grossed $32 million my first 4 months.
Yeah, no. It's not gonna be.
Maybe, I don't know. People are probably into weird things.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a. You're not gonna have that exponential sweep up randomly where it's like, oh yeah, tits.
Tom said it was fun to watch Jonathan play some metal on the Marshall pedals. It was fun to play a little faux metal. Faux metal. I thought the Man McCheese meant that I was over your shoulder. Menacing. No, it's the other Johnny.
Jose, hello from Guatemala, Sean. We talked on the phone on Monday. I got to a local shop to try some GS Minis, but they only had these white and dark brown limited editions. Sounds nice, though.
Yeah.
Most GS Minis sound pretty close to one another. The Koa is a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit, right? But they're not drastically different, to be fair.
They're pretty close.
They're not drastically different.
They're all about that level of good. If you played some and they were set up well, they're
true.
Perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm glad I could help.
What's a helicopter fart? I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by your screen name.
Hello, everyone.
I am intrigued.
That's menacing.
I know.
Hello, everyone from Helicopter Fart. And then
I hope there's a Juan Mayor signature custom shop awaiting unboxing day. I mean, they're all Juan Mayor signature. Have you guys seen the video from Wildcat? You seen that one, Derek? Where it's like he goes and I think he's confused by the relics at first, and he's like, "Of course, I was only kidding." It's just really funny. I don't know why it's so funny, but it is.
Juan Mayor was at
It's Juan Mayor was at Wildcat. Why is he not? I feel like I hope Juan Mayor doesn't hate us.
I don't know.
I feel like he hasn't shared any of our content.
I don't know.
Sadly, we were in the back of that one reel.
Yeah.
Just me and you standing there like a bunch of dumbasses.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what the hell, man?
Just us in line to see Juan.
And maybe it's just because we're not used to meeting a star that is so big and bright.
That's probably what it is.
That's what it is.
That's probably what it is. What's up, Alex Holden? The funniest part of that Wildcat video is when he like says his name wrong, and he's like, "Juan, you can call me whatever you want." He's like, "I shall call you a Peppy." I don't know. I don't know why it's so funny. But it is. It just is. We do have some unboxing to do today, so and we saved these special for you guys. You should feel good because to be fair, we did peek at one.
Yeah,
but we had to. But it's back in the box, so you get the thing. But the other ones we hadn't opened at all, just for this moment.
To share with you.
To share with you guys. And they're
all of you.
Pretty darn good. So get out your checkbooks. No, I'm just kidding. I'm mostly kidding. But it should be fun. So we'll get to that in a minute. No need to rush into things. Everybody calm down. Slow
take our
down.
Time. Let's have a moment.
Smell the roses.
Let's have a brief moment of silence.
Guys, we've been audited by Doge. We're shutting down. Chad, yes, they are available today. They are available whenever.
They'll be available on this live stream if you would like to purchase it. Just let us know.
Just start throwing money. We'll make sure it gets to the right hands.
Just be like, hey, give me that.
Yeah, no, for real. It's really. You got to have a checkbook just in case, right? Yeah. I had to order new checks the other day after the first time in like a bazillion years. And the only thing I have to do is like my house. I have to do with a check, you know. Yeah. But everything else is auto.
It's always just good to have a check.
Just every now and again. For a while, I would keep. I shouldn't say this, but I would keep a check like locked, hidden in the little thing in my truck. But it's like just in some strange instance, like I have no money, I need money, but I don't know. Don't worry, there's not much in there. Even if you got a hold of that check here, it's not a lot at stake. It's fine. Anyways, I
like it.
But yeah, all these guitars are available.
They are.
They're all pretty darn good.
They are. I'm excited.
They're all over there. What is it? A master built? An apprentice built? And the other three are just good old...
Three normies.
Good old normies.
That really makes you feel the value, doesn't it? We got some normies too, guys. Don't worry.
Lord.
You want a normie?
Will we reveal the prices of these guitars? We would never. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but I don't know if do we know them off the top of our head?
No, but I can bring them up pretty quickly.
Sean can pull them up on all his magic box there.
I can do my job right before your eyes.
Oh my God. We just make the numbers up anyways. That's
exactly.
Fine.
That's what I'm getting at. Johnny
this one, I'm feeling it's, I don't know.
What do you think?
How you feeling?
Kyle McMillan, how's he doing in the league?
Is
it going up or is it going down?
Listen, I do want to talk about this, that I didn't know about this until the old mayor brought it to our attention yesterday, maybe. That there was one company, and you have to remind me who they are, Memory Cheese. They got all their guitars stolen off the floor now.
How?
I don't know. I mean, like now, I don't know if you read the messages yet, because I know you don't check your Instagram sometimes, but so apparently, and Mayor, you correct me, because I don't like, apparently NAMM does not pay to run the security cameras in there because they're a third party, and so like it costs, and so they didn't do it, and so the security cameras aren't securitying. They're not filming. So someone stole this company's whole inventory, like 11 guitars, because they're like a higher end, boutique company. And now listen, if this is wrong, we blame the mayor because
why does that happen? Why does that happen to them and it doesn't happen to like Novo or something?
Well, it had to just be a crime of like, oh, these guitars are here unattended, and I happen to be here, and bam, or somebody just really wanted them implanted. I don't know. It happened, and there was the one other, was it like Shiloh or somebody else that got one guitar stolen. But this company got wiped out. I can pull up Mayor's thing.
Imagine if you could organize a flash mob where you would flash steal
Sully
all
guitars.
the guitars in a booth and just scatter around with them.
It was Sully had one stolen, but the other company, it was literally. Mayor She says, I've operated similar places. If you don't pay that third party, those cameras aren't on. So that's crazy, man. For what you pay to have a booth.
Alex Holden said, insurance scam.
I mean, isn't it all? Insurance is great. I love it. It's fantastic. When you need it, it's great. It is just wild, though, that stuff can disappear. I mean, like, being there, how would you pull that off? I mean, I guess you'd have to do it after hours.
Yes. Well, because no one's walking around with a guitar in their hand. Like, there's guitars everywhere, but nobody is like, look,
the
I
only
got a
people
guitar without a
might
case.
have a single gig bag.
Yep.
Where they're like going to, do a little appearance at a booth or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that bass guy who just kept playing that same track over and over. It was like, my head's gonna explode. That's wild.
So I don't know. Everybody's gonna start bringing little mini cranes to NAMM and putting them up in the air at night like they do on construction sites. Hoist up the generators, boys.
Put it in the bucket.
Hoist up. Let's see. I have my guitars insured. Do most guys insure their guitars? Well, I think that's an odd question, right? I think a lot of people just assume that it's covered under their like homeowners or renters insurance. You almost need like a rider, and then if you're playing like at all for profit, you need sort of a particular kind for it to count. So it's a weird, because I've actually been burned by that before. You can't concealed carry at NAMM. No, you cannot. You can't even take your little trusty pocket knife in.
No.
Not even, and I feel a little naked without my trusty pocket knife. But
It's fair.
what are you gonna do?
I don't even I figured I couldn't take a knife on the plane.
You can't.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You can't, and you can't take it in your carry-on. Usually, when I'm flying, if I check a bag, I'll throw my little knife in the old into my check bag, and then at least I have a knife when I'm wherever, in case I get mobbed or need to trim the old fingernails, or whatever happens.
I like what you're talking.
Whatever
I like what
happens.
you're jamming down the bean hole, dude. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Tom says NAMM's financials are kind of gross from what I've heard. Wish I could say this was a surprise. Yeah, I mean, I think it is a little bit. I feel like someone just came to our door, but I'm not sure what's happening.
I think they're just throwing stuff around out there.
There you go. Mary McShee says I'd rig guitars to tasers on a timer set for the shows. I mean, that would be kind of hilarious. I think it would be even more hilarious if they were rigged to a taser when the show was going on.
Yeah.
And some folks would deserve it.
A lot of people would deserve it.
We'll unbox in just a second. But Sean made this poor kid almost do bad things to his underwear yesterday. To be fair, he was about to plug himself in with a really expensive guitar into a pretty expensive amp in the effects loop.
He went into the pedal, through into the effects.
It was an M80, so we had a reverb pedal sitting in the effects loop, so you can have reverb, and he just unplugged one end and
hooked it right on up, and he was a heavy hitter too, so he's already bang, bang, bang. It's like, whoa, cuz.
Hold on there,
I was like, that's about 10 grand you're about to blow up.
Just relax.
He wasn't gonna hurt the guitar.
Relax. Nah.
He was like, he looked at me and his eyes got about the size of the fucking moon. He was
That
like,
was pretty funny.
oh. I was like,
Pretty funny.
Dude. It's like, don't do that, cuz.
Jose said they were using a Reunion Blues triple gig bag. They make a triple one with 3? No. I have a double one right over there. Speaking of which, this video is sponsored by Reunion Blues gig bags. They're not, but I am. I am sold out. No, Reunion Blues is a great company, and I love them.
Let's see.
And I use their bags.
Let's see if they might have a triple gig.
Do they?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know.
Nobody move. I mean, here's my double one, and it's pretty friggin' thick already and heavy, and so I can't imagine carrying around a triple. That would suck. But this is my.
I don't think there's actually a triple. I think he was just talking. They got some pretty nice doubles though. Seeing them in here, I'm like, ooh. I got my mono bag though.
Well,
I'm a purist.
if you want the second best bag they make for 2 guitars, that's fine. You could have the best.
Damn.
You could have the best, Sean.
Yeah.
I even know a guy who could hook you up with artist pricing, probably.
Why are they the best though, Jonathan?
His name's Zach Person.
Oh my God.
Eddie 9 volt.
Zach Burson?
Anyways. Oh, interested in the Mariana Castadosa model. See most come with V-necks. Wondering if you gentlemen have had experience with it firsthand and how it stacks up to the Fender and equivalent necks. The V-neck on the Castadosa stuff is pretty fantastic.
I mean, a Castadosa in general, I think is like I don't know, its own beast. Like, it doesn't feel Fendery or even Les Pauly. It's like, it's got its own spirit.
There is there's a feel to those guitars where you're like, oh yeah, someone did this all by hand, and they did. Yeah. And they're not for the faint of heart. They're obviously a little hefty price tag, but it's because a lot goes into them.
They do.
And there's not a bazillion being made a month. You know what I mean?
An old boy is in there. His
wife's
wife's
in the workshop with his wife wanting pickups. And,
she's over there. She's just looking beautiful as can be, and Carlos is there, and he's just cutting down that wood, smoking his big cigar like a man. It's honestly, it's a better way to live. That's what it is.
Jose.
I love it.
says the double one looks like you play cello. It does kind of look like that. No, but it is a really cool design. And he says, do you have to use the acoustic for semi-hollows? There's one specifically for semi-hollows, like 335, size, that's thinner, so it's not bouncing around in there. And then there's a bunch of different acoustic size ones, and a couple of those do double duty, like if you were to have an actual hollow body, like a big L5 or a Gretsch or something, My Gretsch fits in the standard acoustic one.
I'm sorry, the Madam Mayor has just commented
Okay.
in the chat. She said, hi from Disney.
Disney!
If the kids are watching,
We love you all.
happy Disney time.
Go ride
Enjoy the
something
Disney.
for us. A Space Mountain.
A Space Mountain. Go ride the Yeti one. Whatever that thing is with the Yeti.
I don't know.
The Abominable, whatever.
I don't know about these things.
You guys know what I mean.
Madam Mayor. We got 2 mayors in the chat.
Oh, man.
Amazing.
Are they going to...
Going up. Now I like to think there's a mayor love fest. A mayoral love fest. There you go.
The Eagles are at Disney this
Really?
week, too. Yeah.
They
after the
deserve it,
Super
by
Bowl.
God. They
after
deserve
every
it.
Super Bowl,
Do
you
you
get a
remember
free
that?
trip
Do you
to
remember that
Disney.
iconic moment? I'm going to Disney World. But it's like a thing, but it happened. It was a real thing. Anyways.
What?
Uncle Left Eye, we are always entertaining.
Yes.
Always entertaining. What would be on the casino guitars ride at Disney?
A slot machine would fly down and smack you right in the face and be like, wham!
Bam!
We're not an actual casino.
Imagine-
and then the rest
imagine-
of it's what you
Imagine a
expect.
relict roller coaster. Everything's a little
They
rusty.
already got that. It's the
It
Aerosmith
shakes.
coaster.
That's a death trap.
Yeah, rock
Is that
and
still?
roller
Is that
coaster.
still?
Yes, it's
Does it
still
still go? I mean, yeah, that's true.
That was the
That's
only
true.
ride where I put my hands up some, and I was like, my hands are going to get ripped off if I put them all the way up.
Don't do it. Yeah, no,
I
you
was
can't
like,
do
I'm
it.
not doing
Can't do
this.
it. You cannot do it. No. But anyways.
Baxter's Wild Ride. Wow.
Nope.
Margarita
They're
mixer.
remastering the Clapton Unplugged show on Paramount Plus. Sean, you can't wait. Sean can't wait. He'll be glued to the television.
What show?
The Clapton Unplugged.
Who?
Derek Clipton, you know.
Oh, okay. I know that name. Not
Can we please find someone who kind of looks like him and make instead of a Juan Mayor, make a Derek Clipton account?
so many thoughts just went through my head of like what we could do with that. That would be.
I mean,
insane.
it would be amazing.
It'd
And you
be
could
awesome.
you could find like archival footage of like back in the day, like, but it wouldn't be
He's
cream.
just like
It'd be
a
like
southern dude.
It'd be like
a
cream
little
brulee,
redneck.
or it'd be cream spelled like CREME with the little things. Or I mean, like it'd be amazing. There's just so many amazing things. we
Derek
could do.
Clipton, and he's from New Orleans. And that's why the creme brulee and all
Creme
that stuff,
brulee.
it all adds up, dude. And he's like,
Ella. Oh yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, that would be great. That would be pretty good.
but he straightens out all that rhythm, so it's just boom, 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 boom.
Hey.
That'd be
I did
awesome.
a whole Layla lesson yesterday in one of my students. We did the whole thing, even the little piano ending, the little slidey part. But
So you rocked your student to sleep the whole time?
sadness.
Bam.
Yeah, that's fair. I was trying to find. I had years ago. I did this like Layla jam thing on my YouTube, and I went to find it to show my student like little fills so he could like take them home. And I was like, that's very sad. I only had 233 views, so no one cares about Eric Clapton.
No.
You're right.
Everybody cares.
Ah.
Everybody knows.
Jay Fleming says, Jonathan, are you still doing the Leonard Skynyrd tribute band? It was a failure to launch.
It wasn't. Honestly, it ended months before it even got to really begin, right? Like,
Well,
you had,
the,
like,
the
2
guy has
months till the
some
show.
medical stuff, and then like legit stuff. And then as it sort of went forward, I don't know. I just got into some other things, and then kind of decided it wasn't. I just didn't know how like what things were gonna happen. There were some other factors floating around there after the initial delay. So, but I was glad I worked on all those songs because it was a lot of fun there for a while.
I mean, it puts like a cool amount of like pressure on to be like, oh yeah, I need to get locked in. It's fun.
That's true. So yeah, there you go. Shall we start looking at some of these crazy guitars?
I think we should do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the boxes over
Oh.
in no particular order.
Pop it, Daddy.
Pop it. I'm gonna bring them right here.
Ned's daughter turned 1 yesterday.
What?
Congratulations.
It's amazing. Kept the person alive for a year.
Ned also has some pretty good original music that I have heard the original and the cover of, which was pretty awesome. Forgive me for not having the name locked and loaded. It's been a long week. It's been a long week. That's right. That's right, Tom. Yawn number 1 from Sean. Don't forget it.
Yawn number 1. All right, here we go.
It's happening. It's happening.
Ooh.
I'm just watching you through the camera via the
Look
shot.
at that case.
Oh.
Remember the
Oh.
time I broke our light with the guitar? That was cool.
Ceiling fans,
was fun.
lights.
Listen, that's what I do. We're gonna do it like this. Don't worry, we'll hold it up.
What if we didn't? What if they just got our reaction?
We
Oh
just-
my
man,
God!
This is amazing.
Wow, okay, close it up.
Oh, that's good. Okay, you take this. Gosh darn it.
Don't rip the sticker off, Johnny.
This was one of my favorites. And I didn't know that's the one I was pulling out. I'll give you the Traveler too, Sean.
Beautiful.
And we'll look at them.
All right, you guys ready?
I'll sit down with them. And then we'll put them away and do another one.
Y'all are unprepared not having it. Tom, we have a table right here, okay?
We got a table. We just don't
Listen, Tom. I'm about tired of hearing the production tips, all right?
There's only so much.
No, no, no.
Happens up.
A beautiful NOS Tele. Just like it came out of the factory. No. Man, that's a good neck. What's the neck?
The neck is a no-caster U.
Ooh, but it's not that huge. I feel like they have shrunk it down a little bit.
It says right here, we shrunk it down a little bit. No, I'm kidding. All right. Lacquer finish, lightweight, 2-piece select ash body. Very nice.
It's in tune.
In tune, shipped in tune, ladies and gentlemen.
Ish.
One poise, quarter-son, maple neck with no caster U. Back shape, 9.5 radius, 21 narrow tall frets. Custom shop hand-wound black guard pickups. Modern tele wiring with the grease bucket. 1 ply pickup, 3 saddle. Yeah.
Look at those big old shiny. One of my favorite things about new guitars, like from the custom shop, is how shiny and happy the frets are.
Yeah, I mean they're like mirrors.
It's kind of amazing.
Like little mirrors.
Todd says the different color cases can indicate different years, right? Yeah, I mean historically there were certain cases in certain years. You can actually, like if you spec out a guitar, you can request any of the cases you want. Jay Fleming, this would be a good one.
That's right. And that beautiful aged cherry burst.
And the fact that it's a no caster is really, really cool.
It is cool.
I mean, there's something sexy about that. I don't know how good you can see the little, just the fender there, but
It just
but
says
I
Fender.
don't know. When we saw this one, I said, man, that's a good color. There was one right beside this that I believe we made an order. Like, you know, if you don't win the one that's there, you can order, you know, one that's like similar. And there was one next to this that was, the color was amazing. I can't remember what even it was, but it was like this metallic fade thing. But anyways, so that's that one.
I like it.
Time for the next one.
Oh, you're just burning right through them.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I wanted the dissertation. How's it feel? What's
Feels great.
What's her name?
Jezebel.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to answer questions and then I'll open the next one so you can do all the
Yep.
work?
Sounds like a plan. So yeah, I mean,
Cut you some slack.
that was a nice neck. It had the U kind of where it was like flat on the back, but it did not. It's not chunky. Like we have one next door that looks like my guitar. That's the sparkly red. That is a U that is huge. And this one does not feel that sort of offensive. Shiny Happy Frets is my favorite REM song. Tom said, "Did you say the grease bucket?"
That's grease bucket.
It's got the grease bucket little circuit in the wiring. Sean, do you know technically what it does?
The grease bucket?
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have asked, I probably would have known, but now I have no idea.
I mean, it's one of those things. I don't know. Usually when I'm building them, I sort of have people stay away, but it's supposed to give it that little extra,
That extra
the extra greasiness. I do like some of these things. Fender describes them like it's got the, like when you read their description of like their Ancho Poblano pickups, and they're like it's got the special sauce, but no, you know, I mean they're hotter, but who knows? Who knows what that means? But yeah, I mean the grease bucket thing is supposed to obviously be a positive tonally. I don't know that I've ever thought, man, I gotta have a grease bucket circuit in this guitar.
I might ask our friend Levi Perry.
Levi, that's what we should do. We should have Levi Perry on. Speaking of, this is not a Levi Perry. Not a Levi Perry at all.
Thing.
This is from our pal, Kyle McMillan.
How is that?
Custom thin line Telecaster, Journeyman Relic, Candy Apple Red.
I don't know. They're calling that candy apple
I don't either.
red. That is like Fiesta red for sure.
Let's see what it says in the actual Traveler. Because this one, let's see. This one's 2-piece select auto body, quarter saw maple neck with a modern C, flat laminated rosewood fingerboard. So that is a slab board.
Yeah, and here it says Fiesta red.
Okay.
So they just messed
They just messed that. So that makes this kind of neat. An error on the COA. But yeah. So, man, these are Custom Shop Josefina hand-wound twisted telly in the bridge.
I'll tell you.
And then in the neck, Seymour Duncan 59 humbucker neck pickup. So Seymour Duncan 59, modern telly wiring, 3-way switch. No greasiness on this one, Tom. No grease bucket.
It looks a little pinkish on the camera, but I'll tell you in person,
it's not.
It is nice and red, dude.
Yeah, it's I mean, you know, it is Fiesta, so it's that like
Bubblegummy thing.
The slightly more sensitive red. Ooh, it sounds good, even unplugged. To be fair, if you guys hate all these guitars, I'm gonna be sad because I think these were all ones that I put a card in. Maybe Sean put some
I
in.
think I put the card into this one. This is a good guitar, though.
Yeah, I put a card in that one for sure. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. A 60 Tele Custom. Thin line. So there you go.
Man, that thing just kind of sings, doesn't it?
You know what? I didn't get to... The funny thing is...
I can get prices.
We'll
like
get
I
them.
said.
I did not... Or it's funny, right? Because also the Master Built little book is kind of neat. The little embossed Master Built. I know that the mayor has his thoughts about the Master Built.
What?
Dan says an arrow on the COA adds 10K to the value. Let's go with that.
I like what
This
you're
can be
thinking.
yours for 20K. No. No, that's a good... That's a good guitar. When you see these on the table at Fender and they got like 50 cards in them, you can't like pick them up and feel the neck and stuff. So even though we got to see them and sort of put our hands on them, this is kind of the first time we're actually getting to feel and play them.
I mean, that's a great guitar.
I want to feel that compared to that other one because the other one felt really, really good.
I might grab us my guitar boat out of the photo room and...
Mayor McShee says the Master Built meme I made yesterday was fire. I have to go look. If you stuff the F-holes with $100 bills, you can add 10K to the value. Sure. Got to stuff quite a few for 10K.
That's a good...
It's a good one. It's very light. Ooh.
I'm gonna grab that guitar boat.
I really like the idea of a twisted telly in the bridge and then the 59 in the neck. This is a good, like... I also like the thin line with the binding is pretty sexy. You know, it's funny, right? Because I would say like, oh, I don't like a modern C neck, but this is just good proof that like if it's a good guitar, if it's set up well, if it's built well,
If it works, it works.
Like I could play this neck.
Yeah.
And in theory, this is the same neck as like an American Pro too.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
That's really good. That was really good. Yeah, I mean, that's a great guitar. I mean, not even plugging in there. That's good too, though. So which one you picking, Sean?
Oh,
which
that
one you
all
going?
day for me. I was gonna say that is way more my speed. I love the color. It makes me think of that American Original that I had. It's killer.
It does.
It's killer. Killer guitar.
Our buddy Kyle's done it. Kyle just built a guitar for a customer of mine, so it just came in, which is kind of why he was fresh in my brain, and I put the card in this. And that was a great guitar too. So, little love to Kyle McMillan. I always thought it'd be cool to have the F hole in the actual shape of the F of the Fender logo. That could be cool. You know?
I've seen something like that.
They do that in like the little the resonators, their little Fender resonators.
They did an FSR thin line that had the F hole, the actual F hole.
Here's this one, sir. I'll give you that one. No, that's sexy.
That's dope.
That's
Yeah.
That's good.
You guys
keeping
should.
we'll save the there's a really pretty sexy
that
one. We'll
one's
save
gonna
it for
last.
last. I mean, I say that. That's the one we peaked at, but
I mean, we might open up some
else.
else.
Like, oh my god, did you put that case back in it? Or you got it over there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do this one.
Jay Fleming said, "I know a little, baby. I can guess the rest."
I know a little. That was my one regret from the downfall of the Skynyrd band, is that I didn't get to go play that live, and I worked on it very long. Sean can attest to. They were probably all tired of friggin' of hearing about it. So
It was a lot, but it was I never
It
once
wasn't a
got tired.
little. It was a lot.
It wasn't a little. It was a lot.
It was a lot, and I've only I didn't really get it nailed until they were like, "Nah, we're not gonna do it."
Yeah.
Darn it!
It's always whenever the pressure's off, then it's like, oh yeah, I can do all those things. You're like, that's easy.
I would have done it. I couldn't wait. No regrets. He's right. All right, Sean.
Here we go. Oh.
Nobody worry. We're not at the airport. You can tell I was running low on clean clothes today because I had to put on my, trust me, I have a beard t-shirt underneath this junk. Uh-oh.
Oh, a black case.
Classic.
So 60s is what I'm thinking.
Classic.
Getting excited.
Sean doesn't even know what this one is.
I don't.
Let it stay there for a second.
I don't. I'm excited.
Yes, I know a little about it.
We didn't get as many Stratocasters in this bunch as I would.
Thank God.
I mean,
We're
listen,
full of those nasty things.
This is cool, but I need.
Having a few of God's guitars makes everything better. Right? Oh!
Yes. Yes.
Don't tell them what it is yet. Don't tell. I didn't even know we got this one. Here, Sean. Give you these. Don't look.
Don't look.
Bam!
Oh! Look at that thing, dude.
I don't feel like it is justice on the camera.
I know.
Here.
It's just like with this one. Like, this one looks way cooler in person.
It really does. Because, at the I don't know. It almost has got a bit of a little plain looking.
Yeah.
But this, yeah, I mean, in person, this looks really, really cool.
That's right.
If you like sort of that beat the hell thing, give us some specs.
All right. So we got a 1965 Stratocaster, super heavy relic, super faded aged, fire mist silver over 3-tone sunburst. We got a 2-piece alder body, maple neck with a 1965 Strat C back shape, which should be just a little bit thicker, possibly. I don't know yet. I haven't had my hands on it.
It is, but there's quite a bit of a taper to it.
It's a AAA rosewood for the fingerboard. That's why it's nice and dark. What else we got here? 21 narrow tall frets. Custom Shop hand wound 65 single coil Strat pickups. Modern Strat wiring. 3-ply parchment pickguard. 6 saddles, and everything else is as you'd expect. Let's see. Let's open this up. Anything else special about it besides the beautiful, beautiful finish?
It doesn't matter. It's going to Tom.
Tom's got it.
Tom said he wants to pay a premium.
He's gonna have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Rob Allen, you got it right. He says a new guitar day must suck when you can't keep them. There is a sense of that sometimes. You're like, oh my God.
It'll bum you out.
It can be bumming. It can be bumming. But hey, we also, the flip side of that is we were talking just yesterday that we got pretty fantastic guitars that we would not have if we weren't, lowly guitar store workers.
It is true. It is true.
So, thank God.
All right. Let's see. Kevin O'Reilly said that Strat is singing unplugged. Yes, it is.
It is, man.
So far, Kyle McMillan, that are the winners for me. Those two.
I mean, I don't know. This is a really sexy rosewood board.
They're really good. We get them. They're always usually dark, but some of them are just nice and darker than hard to explain.
No, I mean, God, that's what we got. Two more.
Oh yeah.
I feel like this fourth one's gonna be a letdown. I'm just kidding. Nowhere to go but down from here, folks. I honestly, I can't wait for you guys to see the last one.
The last one is really good.
This one at the Baby M80 would be slick, Alex Holden. Yeah, it would be good.
You keep that thing away from a Baby M80. Do you hear me?
You shut your mouth back there.
Sick bastards.
You and all your other boutique amps. Maybe a weekly what's new for sale or on sale. Yeah, I mean, we could probably do that. Tom says he'll be down Tuesday. Jen Rice says, Jonathan, your 335 and Sparkle Tele is pretty darn good. They were both pretty darn good. My Strat is really good. I mean, my Strat is stupidly good. And it's got Josephinus in it. But yeah, I love both of those things. So thank you, sir.
I wanted to say,
Yeah,
we do a newsletter.
we do.
Yes, that has sales and stuff like that in it.
Painstakingly put together by our very own little Shanzi.
So you gotta go and sign up for the newsletter on our website in order to see those things. But there's a lot of
Because we don't
write-ups
like
in
to,
there.
just send you random crap that you don't want.
Exactly.
You gotta want it.
Yeah.
Because we're decent people.
We put all kinds of fun stuff.
We're decent, but there are fun things. Little quoties things. We did not win a Jazz Master, sadly, but this is almost as good. Look at that. Whew.
Beautiful.
I'll do a little reading.
Now this is Faded Age Candy Apple Red.
Yes, it is. Heavy relic. Heavy relic lacquer finish. Lacquer, as it were. Two-piece roasted alder body. So the electrons can live in the crystal lattice. No, that's not true. It's all crystallized and roasted. It's got an offset seam on that two-piece body, which is kind of neat. Can you see it? Can you tell?
Can't
No.
you tell?
Can't you tell, guys? Quarter sawn maple neck with 60s oval C. It's got a 3A rosewood fingerboard, also pretty darn dark. I would say maybe not quite as good as the Strat one, but pretty darn good. Is that true? Or am I just not seeing it yet?
Yeah, the Strat one's definitely darker.
Strat one's darker. That might need a little love, a
bit of oil.
little drink of water.
Yeah.
Or lemon oil, as it were. So there's that. Let's see. Ooh, Sean, you'll like this. 21 Jescar Vintage, which is 45085 frets. So vintage frets, how they feel.
Felt great.
We had what was that one we had, the Yuri, the Shishkov Tele that was vintage frets for a while. In fact, there's a video of me and Baxter jamming on it at the I'm playing it at the Rooster from not too long ago with vintage frets, and they're kind of fun. It's different for sure. Hand wound 63 single coil Tele pickups. 63 Telecaster wiring, so it's probably got the little mud circuit thing going on in the neck pickup. Parchment pick guard, all the other stuff you would expect. Yeah, everything else you'd expect. Pretty cool. 61 Tele. 1961. It was a great year. A great year, I've heard.
Since being brutally attacked by a gang of Nazi skinheads months ago, hippie freak Sean's sidewalls are finally growing back. Oh, no, I'm cutting that shit down, dude. We're getting that shit way trimmed up.
You know, okay. I feel like that is such a cool. Why? You know, like that look on the back of the neck is not flame, but just the grain.
Yeah,
I like seeing that.
I like that too. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Just both kind of got it. I like whenever you get these weird little. I don't even know what you'd call them, but you know, like right here in the center of the neck, it like gets wavy. You know, it's not even flame. It's just like the.
It's just the grain. Cut, it's just the cut. Yep.
Pretty cool.
It's just the quarter saundedness. I believe. Ned says now eat chicken wings while you play them all. We did have a few leftover chicken wings from yesterday. Yesterday's lunch, or maybe the day before. Ned said lack of finish. Yeah, I mean, you know. Don't mix up those build sheets. Hey, if we can't tell which guitar is which from the build sheets, we got other problems. I would say. I like wood as well, fellas. Yep, that's true. That would be a large belt buckle to make all that. You know, hey. Some folks like their belt buckles.
They do. We got Mark in the chat from Mark's gas station. What's up? I just saw a howdy. Say what's up.
Yeah, Bean Lamb said pretty much what I said. The Rafe, it's like the figuring for quarter song, and he loves it as well. Yeah, Lighter Rosewood on the Tele for sure. Both of these are AAA, but man, this is just a really good piece on the Strat.
Yeah. It's a good Tele though too.
It is. I like how you can see the little like the primer, gray coat there. Kind of nice.
It's nice. It is nice. It is nice, Jonathan.
It is nice. Should we do the big boy now?
We're gonna do the big boy.
All right, here. Throw this one over there.
Oh. I'm just gonna go grab one.
Catch it.
I'm gonna play.
Are those stainless frets? Robbie, there are no stainless frets. They only will do stainless steel frets if requested on Masterbuilt guitars. And I don't believe that Kyle McMillan had it. Do you, Sean?
Nope. I didn't see it.
In fact, I'm pretty sure that they're not.
I think they're 6105s, right?
Of course, I can't see it from here. Should be right there. Fretware. There you go. Narrow tall 6105. Yep. Narrow tall, but I was just making sure it didn't say they were which, and they only do stainless, oddly enough, on the jumbo and medium jumbo, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think so.
On the Masterbuilt, or that was the case. I mean, they're always changing stuff up, so maybe that's, you know, it could have changed. But by the way, on all these, you get like the COA that was on them at the actual show, and then the normal one. So in the color is wrong on both of these. So there you go. All right, last one. I feel like you guys have seen the boxes, so at this point I'm going to take it out over here. But I will bring the case over. Nice brown case. Woo!
Here it comes. Get
Give these to you, sir. Now this is a custom modernized Strat, which I usually wouldn't be that excited about, to be fair. But It's a relic. It's aged desert sand. And it is an Apprentice built by our pal. Actually, I don't know him. But Ron Jesserun. I guess that's how you say his name. Hopefully it's how you say his name. And man, when I saw this thing, it's pretty amazing. Now, I don't know if everything translates on camera with this because it's really little details like the shape, the rounded offness of the pickups and the knobs. Every now and again you see a master builder who's got like the touch with the relicing. I mean, it's all fantastic, right? But like Vincent, Dale Wilson, some of those guys, Levi, Carlos, like there's just a uniqueness to sort of what they do. And this has that like Dale Wilson, Vincent kind of deal. So this guy is obviously an apprentice. I don't know how many builds they'll let him or us do before he's made a master builder, but and this is the first thing I've seen of his. But I was like, man, we got to have that.
Really good opportunity to get a awesome guitar at a more affordable price before this guy goes up.
And it plays great too. Like I said, we don't get to play them at NAMM because they got cards in them. But so this one is 2-piece select alder body, maple neck with a modern C, another modern C, but it actually feels really good. And I love the little clay markers on the side. I don't know if you can see that, but really sexy.
The neck relic.
Contour heel, which is cool. It's got the 3A rosewood fingerboard. It's a really good one. It's somewhere in between that other Strat and the Tele. It's darker than the Tele and maybe has a little more character. So that's actually a really good piece of rosewood. 9.5 to 12-inch compound radius. Narrow tall frets. Custom Shop hand-wound Texas special pickups. Actually, that's not true. So it's a mix. It's a mixed bag. So bridge is Custom Shop hand-wound Texas special. The hand-wound fat 50s in the middle and a hand-wound 69 in the neck. So hand-wound 69, fat 50s, Texas special. That's pretty cool. It's got the blender wiring, so that just lets you blend in your neck pickup. So you could have like, all 3 pickups, or you could have just the bridge and the neck together, which is pretty awesome. Anything else fun? It's got the stagger, so no string tree. Got the stagger tuners. That's it. Another error. So it has stagger tuners and no string tree, but it says that it has the American vintage 59 through 64 string tree. But it does not. That is a lie. Survey says that was a lie. So there you go.
Let it rip, Johnny.
Plug it in. We could plug it in. I'm sure we'll do demos.
I think they're loud enough on their own.
No, they are
this
loud.
Thing sounds amazing.
It's a little tricky on the live stream setup to plug in and it not sound horrible. So, Mayor McChee says I'd step over that other Strat with golf shoes to buy the tan one. The tan one is sexy. I mean, it really, like if I was going to take one, it's not my favorite neck shape, but even with that, it plays amazing. It looks amazing. And I'm sure with the mixed pickup skew, it's probably going to sound amazing. We do have the better mics today, Mayor McChee is right. How much are these babies costing? Dylan Arms would like to know.
Which one, Dylan?
Yeah, tell us which one and we'll start looking them up. Yeah, I mean, they really, honestly, they all have been pretty darn impressive unplugged. Which I think, I'm a firm believer that you could tell a lot about a guitar, or a lot about a guitar, how it sounds unplugged. But Derek, apparently we're having great sound quality today. So this is all we need, was just fancy mics on the table,
Well, damn it. We're a guitar channel. What do you want me to do? Not play the damn guitar? I do that the rest of the day, damn it.
Heavy metal noodle riffs. But so yeah, there you go. Any other, you want to look up some of the prices on those things, Sean? And then
All right.
If you
He
got any
said,
other
Dylan
questions,
said, I was waiting on Dylan, guys. The Relic Strat and Thin Line Tele. Let me see.
just give us them all. Give us all of them.
Well, it's not gonna be a like. This ain't gonna be like a ba 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 ba. I gotta go.
Greg McFadden says he already put his card in the chat for the one Sean has. Yeah, feel free to call dibs. How is the fretwork on these guitars? It's horrible. It's atrocious. No, it's actually pretty amazing. I would say that Fender Custom Shop has some of the best fretwork out of the box. Obviously, you might say that I am biased, which maybe I am. But, no, I mean, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was saying one of my favorite things about pulling out the custom shops is that the frets are just like friggin' mirrors. I don't know if you can see them, really. But the frets are amazing. The ends are kind of perfect. Obviously, there's things people will talk about. You'll see all the forums, about fret ends on Squires and American Pros and American Ultras and all the stuff, right? I think it's very rare that there's anything but sort of perfect fretwork on the custom shop. Now, there are experts online who obviously sometimes say different, but we get them in out of the box from Fender all the time, and fretwork's pretty amazing. So now, once they're somewhere and they hang, and maybe the temperature changes or the humidity changes, who knows? I mean, I've definitely been into shops where they've had custom shops for a while where they didn't feel the greatest, but out of the box, pretty darn good. I think Greg McFadden is serious about wanting this Strat. It is good.
All right.
It is good. Does Fender Custom Shop use a Plek? I don't believe they do they, Sean?
No, I don't think so.
I don't believe that they do.
All right. So
So,
that one, right?
Sergeant Stadenko, a.k.a. Lardass, says, great performance Saturday, J-Rob. Thank you, my friend. That was a fun one with Mr. Tim Stelmet of the famed Whiskey Pines. Nathan wants to know how much on the Apprentice built Strat. Fret sprout also just happens sometimes. It's not the end of the world to fix. Yeah, no, I agree with that, Memory Cheese. I think that's true. I think PRS and Gibson use a Plek. Cool for Fender to hold the line. Yeah, no, Gibson for sure uses the Plek. I don't know if PRS does or not. They probably do. But no, I kind of like that the custom shops aren't just Pleked. I feel like there's something more to it when they do it by hand, and it's done really well. And I don't think they have a Plek machine, which I'm sure if they decide that's what they want to do, they would get one. But, yeah. What strings do these custom shop Finger Red number 1 usually come with? They come with Fender strings, which are made by D'Addario. So essentially, they're just D'Addario. They're not coated. They're just regular old. All the custom shops are set up with 10s unless you specify you want something different, which you can if you spec them. We can, we've done mixed gauges. We've done really super light. We've done super heavy. So yeah, but left to their own devices, they're set up with the Fender made by D'Addario 10s. So there you go. Mayor McCheese says a Plek has to use a set of values. Going by hand will always be more accurate, but the Plek is cool for affordability. I think I agree with that too, man. I think the Plek is pretty wild, what it can do, but I don't know. I'm probably just kind of old school, nostalgic. I like the idea of somebody who's skilled and knows what they're doing it, and making it perfect.
What? What are you talking about?
Let's see. Skilled. Ben Myers says, what advice would you give to someone who told you they wanted to start their own guitar store that isn't boring like GC, so has interesting guitars? Man, I'd say it's a lot of work. It is it seems like a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, but it's tricky. It's a weird marketplace out there right now. Everybody's fighting. It's kind of almost like the music business, right? You put out a song and there's a bazillion, thousand, million songs. It's the same with the guitar shop. So I'm not saying don't do it or be discouraging. I'm just saying there's, half the manufacturers are also selling direct. You got all these great independent shops. You got Sweetwater. You got all that stuff. So you just got to find a way to find your spot and kind of do that thing. I think it's maybe you guys could tell me if you feel differently about it. You know, I think if you try to do everything starting out, you know, you don't want to do that, and you don't want to have the sort of race to the bottom thing. You got to carve out your own little niche area and do that thing. Online is super important right now. So I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's a great website. I don't know what that looks like for everyone. But I think that's got to be a piece of the puzzle. But other than that, man, just, you know, if you can do it, do it. Be good to people. Be nice. Treat people well. And I think that goes a long way as well.
I got us figured out. Are you ready? So, should we make them wait to know the prices on the ones that they all want? And, like, go through the other ones?
Go through the... Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so which one am I on here? The Inca Strat. This one is going for $5,500.
Really?
Yeah.
That's honestly, I mean,
bad.
I know that's not cheap,
it's
but
not.
that's not what I expected that to be.
Yeah.
Higher with the paint over and the fretboard.
Exactly. And
Just from what prices are right now.
yeah. So
Unfortunately.
that isn't too bad in my opinion. 55. Now for the Ron Jesserin Apprentice built, we are looking at 65.50.
Really?
That one. Yeah.
Man, I mean, like, because if this was an actual master build, I think
It'd
we
be
would
8.
easily be. I was gonna say between 8 and 9. You know, easily.
Definitely.
I mean, because I'm doing custom, like, just not master builds for 65 a lot right now. Like, I spec one out the other day for 67.
Yeah.
Yeah, or no, it came in at 68.50. So I mean, you know, you have to kind of do other, but those are actually really good. Dylan said he expected closer to 65 for the paint over. Yeah. So for the fact that this is in that neighborhood and the paint overs and the 5s is like
pretty cool. Right?
But I mean, you know, you will find that you get a little better than the a la carte spec in your own. That is one thing about if you can find it close to what you want. Like if you can find something we have, you probably save a little money over specking your own, honestly.
That's right.
But that's just the way it kind of plays out.
The way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
This one is the most affordable of the bunch at $4,500. 4.5.
And it's really kind of rare to see them in the 4s these days. The base model price for most of these guitars is already over 4. You know what I mean? Just like if you didn't do anything, only the base model specs, and you didn't have any aging in OS, you're usually at 42, somewhere in that neighborhood, starting out. So that's pretty darn good. You know, Todd always said the prices are swapped. You know, so pretty good, pretty good.
This one comes in
$8 million.
That's right. Secondary. It is $46.75
Dude.
for the Cherry Burst, which is pretty cool. It's rare that you see any of the heavy relics or, you know, straight up relics hitting those price points anymore, which is nice to see once again.
So maybe Fender was like, hey, let's do something for the people. Does the Custom Shop do Duo Sonics or Mustangs? They will as master builds. Unfortunately, they will not do those as team builds. But so you can't have them done, but not a normal option. Do you guys think the guitar retail business is getting harder, different? Is it riskier than it used to be? I don't know that it's riskier than it used to be. I do think it's different. I think depending on where you are, most people can't depend on just foot traffic anymore, unless you're in a really major market, big metropolitan area.
Straight up.
But I don't know that it's more risky. Maybe slightly. And I don't know that it's harder. It's just changing, right? It's just changing. And sometimes maybe if you're coming in without a ton of preconceived notions, you might be in a better place, honestly, than if you'd been in the industry for a long time.
I think you got to go into it with the mentality of when there's a will, there's a way, and understanding that it's probably not going to go the way that you think it's going to go when you start. It goes back to just the overall conversation of opening a guitar shop or what it's like to work in a guitar shop and all this stuff. I don't know. It's constantly evolving and, you know, paying attention to what the market's doing, but also just understanding that, you know, people aren't just going to come and bust the door down and yank guitars out of your hands and demand to pay more than even what you're asking.
Yeah. No.
It is a trip and a trick at all times, but it can be a lot of fun. Especially if you got good people to do it with.
If you got and when I think so. The more manufacturers go direct, it will make it even tougher for local stores. You know, we talk about that all the time, and we've done videos on that. We've talked to the manufacturers about that. I do think that the manufacturers see that it's not everything like they think that they're just going to make all this money. But you know, there's returns, there's maintenance issues, there's warranty issues, and you know, so I still think even as the manufacturers do that stuff, they haven't figured out some of it as much as they think they have, and they still kind of depend on the shops for a lot of those things. So you're William's right, but
we have seen.
I don't think we're there yet exactly.
Without naming any names of any companies, we have seen certain companies feel the blowback of doing their own business like that, and seeing that it is not as simple as, well, we shipped them the guitar and they kept it. It's like, no, there's a lot of other factors that go along with this. And they're feeling that heat.
It's true.
So, good on them.
Jose says, is there pawn clearance in North Carolina for used guitars? Well, you know, in some places, some states, there are. What Jose's talking about is like if you, like a pawn shop takes in a guitar, they got to hold on to it for like 30 days or however many days, right, in the back to make sure it's not stolen. I don't believe that is the law in North Carolina. I think you can like pop it right out for better or for worse. I'm not 1,000% sure on that. I know that for us on used guitars, yeah, I'm assuming it's the same for the pawn shop. We don't, you know, there is no hold like that. But there definitely are, you know. Any trips to Nashville coming up? Hunt down Bukovac. I watched the latest videos from Guthrie Trap and Tom's Chicago trip gig. How cool would it be to hang out with those guys? It would be very cool. Sean is going to Nashville in like, what, week and a half? 2 weeks?
Yep, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Not even 2 weeks, not even 1 week.
All week.
Less than a week, really. A week minus a day. So you might be hanging out with old Uncle Tom. You never know. But he's going to be actually doing other work this time. Doing the Lord's work, playing some gigs for our friend Moon Transmissions, the band, and some other stuff. Some pretty cool, you know, pretty cool activities. So yeah. Any chance we could get a weight on the Relic Tele? Absolutely not. We could, but our little thing is next door.
That's right.
And it doesn't say it in the.
It'll be if you would like to know.
Just call us after this, and we'll seriously we'll go over there and weigh it.
Yeah, we'll be doing it. We can talk about them. Any of these that you're interested in. This one is clocking in around 80. Well, let me get the exact one. 84.50 for the master built. This is the last one.
Still not horrible.
Not
I
bad.
mean, you know, what I mean, not for a straight up master built like with thin line custom. So yeah, but no, I mean that none of these guitars were crazy heavy B lamps. They weren't like. Let me hold that Tele again. Let me hold that the.
Give me that.
Not that one. Throw me that. Throw me the one he's talking about.
The cherry red.
Yeah, the cherry red. The Desert Sand was 65. Whoever asked, Mark Stanton. Yeah, the Desert Sand was 65, and it is an Apprentice build. This guitar is probably 7 pounds. I bet it's much. I doubt it's much over 7. You know, it's pretty. It's on the lightish side. But yeah, we will weigh it for you when we go back next door. That's where our little scale is. So give us a shout or an email, and we'll send you the weight if you want to know. What's the craziest thing anyone has tried to trade for a guitar? I don't know if we had crazy things.
An AR.
I was gonna say we've had some AR-15 action. I don't know if we're supposed to say that, but hey, it is what it is. Anything else crazy? Yeah, I haven't really had anything else crazy.
We had a guy try and trade a car, but it just wasn't going to work out. Had a couple of cars, actually. Like, actual physical cars.
People want to trade like cars and motorcycles and junk. You know what I mean? Like, I see that on Facebook occasionally. 4-wheelers, but nobody's really doing that to the store, I don't think.
We've had a car in here before.
Yeah. But you know. Jose said guns probably. Yeah, for sure. For sure. William said one guy tried to trade cocaine for a Rickenbacker 4001 bass with me. That's, I mean.
Did you take
Strats. No comment. God, guns, and guitars, by God. That's right. That's right. Alex is going to trade us a boat.
A boat?
I'm on a boat. Perfectly in tune.
We gotta have a tuner.
We do. Did you find it, the red one?
Derek blows. Mr. Saint Cecilia needed one of these. Sorry, the Saint Cecilia.
Yeah, check out the interview with that guy. Pretty cool. Good songs, good voice. Were the songs out today? No, they're not out yet. It's just an interview so far, right?
I think it was one song went out last night, went out this morning, and
Then another song.
Yeah.
He had a killer voice, man. He had a really unique, good voice, I thought. And also, I don't know if the other folks, are they a surprise?
Maybe tell them. Illiterate Light. They're
You
great.
guys can know. They were here with that guy, and they also recorded a song, which was cool. Man, this thing was down to C sharp. But yeah. So there you go. I'll trade you $37 for the red Tele.
Todd Roy, the
You're about
Mucky
$100
Muck
short.
Man, the Mucky Muck Man actually has a master builder.
I've got a sweet Ford Pinto. You trade.
He
It's got to
has-
be one of those rare two-door ones.
One of the coolest master builds, I think. Because we worked on it for so long. Not to me and him. Me and him actually had it knocked down fairly quick.
That's the way it usually goes. Dylan wants to know what's the best membership level for our channel. Derek, what's our best membership level?
$1.99. Unless you wanna give us extra love at the
YOLO.
The YOLO is the best, and then the other one's way down like $1.99.
I think what Derek was saying is like the $1.99 one is the best bang for the buck.
Yeah. You're crazy if you're spending more than $1.99 for us, honestly.
Doing it 'cause you love us.
Which we appreciate. We appreciate that. Let's just winking away here.
I drink coffee, I drink tea, my dear.
But what are you gonna do? A guy propositioned me to buy a guitar for Picks on My Feet the other day. Still waiting on that guitar. Hey, you got to try that, right? It's a chance you come out good. There's a chance you come out right. No, you're definitely not gonna get much cocaine for $1.99 per video. It's true. It's not. It's the prices of cocaine are ridiculous these days.
It's true.
I hear. I've been told. And I feel like if I did cocaine, I'd be much thinner. So, I'm living right, living straight. What are you gonna do? Are there anything other good fun things going on, boys, in the guitar realm, the guitar world? Hello, Alan Gladstone.
This is a good guitar, dude.
That is a good guitar.
I'd play the hell out of this.
It is a good guitar. Yep, for sure it's a good guitar. I'm glad to see our friend Juan Mayor getting some traction. He's out there blowing up, which is nice. We're cheering him on. Now everybody's talking about random things they got guitar changings for.
Stephen Flo. I don't even know who that is.
Who?
I don't know. It's a pro wrestler. Stephen Flo.
Sure he is. He's probably somebody important that we don't know.
It has a blowhole.
Yeah. If you could each choose one of the new guitars to demo, which one would each of you select? Derek, which one are you going to pick? We'll let Derek pick first. If you had to pick one of these new guitars, what you taking?
Strat.
The silver one or the Desert Sands?
Silver.
Silver Strat for Derek. Sean, you taking that?
Yeah, it'd be this. This thing's dope. This is sick.
I could live with quite a few of these, to be fair. I could definitely live with this Apprentice build. But I could also live with the Kyle McMillan. Man, the Silver Strat would be tempting. I don't know. But I love this as well, because this is my favorite neck. God, it'd be hard. Stephen Flo would be a great Pearl Jam cover band. That would be a great a great tribute band name.
If I were in that,
Stephen Flo.
You just have to put ST in front of everything. So I'm Steady Vetter.
It's me, Steady Vetter.
That'd be awesome, dude.
I mean,
Steady Vetter.
Steve and Flo.
Stevie
I mean, that would be
McCready.
great. That would be great.
Oh no, that's what you do. You take Pearl Jam and then you do it in the style of Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then it's
That would be
Steve and Flo.
that would be god awful. Honestly, that would be god. I mean, how would you put any of those lyrics into? I did see a great meme where people were complaining about the Kendrick Lamar like not understanding the lyrics, and then they showed it was like also white people, and it showed Eddie Vedder singing, and I was like, okay, that's pretty funny. The Tele neck profile is a 51U, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a U, but like I said, it's chunky, man, but it's not anywhere near as chunky as some of the U's we've had in the past. But the thing about the U's, right, is there is no taper. Like, they're chunky here, and they just hold all the way down. I do think, like, I think McCheese said, I do think this guitar looks a little less yellowy and a little more orange in person than the screen. You don't really see the yellow as much in person, and it's got a really neat, like, I don't know, there's a certain, like, old guitars for real have this shiny thing going on where you can see the cracks underneath, and this one kind of has that. So whoever did this one nailed it on the paint, in my opinion, of those that kind of cherry burst thing going on. If you play guitar unplugged, you can really tell how good it is, really. I think there's a lot of truth to that, right? For one, how resonant the wood is, but two, how well it's put together, right? Because some of what makes these things so loud is that everything is just joined well. Do you know what I mean? The neck pockets are pretty darn, they're pretty darn precision made on the custom shops. Way more than most of the actual 50s or 60s.
Straight up.
Is that Tele, Alder, or Ash? I'm pretty sure it's Ash. It's Ash for sure.
It's a smash.
It's Ash, which it should be because it's a 51 Nocaster. But you never know what those zany folks at the custom shop dream up. But it is Ash. Ketchup and mustard roses are super cool. Though that guitar looks very much like one of those roses. I'm not sure. How does the PRS NF53 really compare to a Tele? If I always find Tele pickups just a bit weak, would it be perfect for me? Maybe.
I mean, it's really it's kind of like the Silver Sky. Like it's doing its own thing. It's like don't expect it to be like a Telecaster. Expect it to be. I
don't play that guitar. I play that guitar and think, wow, this is a good guitar, even if it's not my favorite aesthetic. But I don't all think, oh man, this is like a great Tele. I just think, oh, this is a good guitar. Like, to me, if you find Tele pickups a little weak, then it might be the deal for you, because it is definitely a fatter sound. But I don't know that it really does all the Tele thing exactly. Yeah. No, just like a Silver Sky. Silver Sky is great. They're great guitars. They play really well. They do a thing for sure. But it's not quite,
Some just, it doesn't scream like, it's not like this, where you're like, oh, wow, that's
I mean, and realistically, right? Like, we saw Philip Sase play a Silver Sky at the PRS 40th anniversary thing. Now, he crushed it, and it was amazing, and to me, it was the most intense of the performances. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it sounded like a Strat, like Stevie Ray Vaughan. But my guess is if you put anything in Philip Sase's hand and he plays it that way, you're going to be 95% there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he could be playing a great Tele. He could probably be playing a great Les Paul. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
beating that thing up, dude. That man.
So much of that is your hands and your. And then I'm not saying that all the pickups sound the same or any of that stuff. I'm just saying, on some of those things, it's a little closer than you think. Dylan Arms, welcome, sir.
Awesome.
Welcome.
Gooble Gobble, one of us.
A new member.
Gooble Gobble. It's beautiful.
A new member. And a member of the alumni of Casino Custom Shop. Orderies.
Beautiful. I was going to say,
pretty sweet.
Anybody that is interested in these from the live stream, we will give you a cool little care package with some casino swaggage.
Some extras. We'll hook you guys up.
COA. Maybe even a little airplane bottle of Celebration. Lots of little things.
I will say, too, if you're interested in any of our PRS stuff, there are some deals to be made at the moment. So reach out. Maybe even better deals than order out what
Yes. Check
are
out
showing currently.
Yes. Check out our website and you'll see the markdowns already. And just give us a holler if you're interested in anything.
Todd says, do you guys agree with Paul Reed Smith? Rarely. No, I'm just kidding. That PRS is now entering an era where their guitars have their own signature sound, like Fender, Gibson, etc. I don't agree because I think they've always had their own signature sound. I think PRS is a pretty distinctive sound. Some people absolutely love it. Some people don't. I think that's why you get some people who are like, oh, they're sterile. You know what I mean? Like, they do have their own sound. Now, they might be leaning more into that. But I don't think they're just now coming into that. I think they always have kind of had that. Because to me, like a Paul Reed Smith does not, even the 594s don't sound like a Gibson to me. You know what I mean? Like it's different. There's a different experience when you plug into an amp and you play them. So, you know, I kind of think they've always had that. Now it might be changing, it might be evolving, it might be getting more that way.
Yeah. I mean,
you know.
Yeah, like a PRS, I think definitely in general, no matter the model, but especially like you talk about the 594, it is like a a flawless attempt at doing like a Les Paul, which if you played Les Pauls, which most of us I'm sure have,
that's the thing that makes it different than Les Paul, is that it is flaws.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not like negative towards either one of those approaches. It's just I think that's what the difference is.
The flawless thing is objectively good, right? Yeah. But it's not objectively like whether you like that better or not. Yeah. You know, and it's somebody just had a good comment. Rocker 534 says that's why you buy a PRS. They're different. That's why I like them, and that's why people don't like. I mean, absolutely. Yeah. Anytime you make something a little different that does its own thing, some people are gonna love it. Some people not as much. Yep. Right. So you know that's just the deal.
Yeah. Similar sense, it's why you can buy one of these and you can buy one of those. You know what I mean? Because it's just different.
And I don't think you have to be team one or the other. You know what I mean? Unless you're like Alex Holden and you hate the headstock.
That's right.
That's never the headstock has never really bothered me that much on the PRS stuff. No. I get that it's a little squished, you know. Yeah. But I don't know. It fits the guitars to me. So I don't know. Does PRS still make basses? I believe they do. You don't see very many of them. I couldn't tell you the last time we had one.
The Kingfisher.
My good friend Bill, who plays bass with me a lot, had a PRS bass for a while. I think he got rid of it. He liked it. It was one of those things where he loved it and then he didn't. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. Homegrown Sense says Von Sco has some amazing PRS pickups. Apparently he makes amazing pickups. I have not had the pleasure of trying any of them. That's funny. Todd says he can't get into PRS, but he loves Paul. I think I did not get Paul for the longest time, and he's grown on me. You know what I mean? Because Paul is a very particular guy, but that's why his company is successful. Because he's got a lot of confidence and says I'm gonna do this thing, and he just goes. You know what I mean? And I really do think that's a big part of their success.
He's like your weird uncle.
But you know, the weird uncle who you're like, God, he's strange, but then you're like, God, he makes some good points. You know what I mean? And then as you get older, you're like, oh, okay, well, I get why Uncle Bill is that way. You know, or whatever, whoever. But that's all. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got some uncles I could tell you about, but I won't do it today. We probably all have that. Do you think PRS is more a pedal platform guitar? Like people say this amp is a great pedal platform. No, not really. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, is it a little more of a clean slate?
I mean, every hamburger needs a little horse meat on it. You know what I mean? They got the horse meat pedal. That was the joke.
That was the joke.
That was the joke.
I like the wind cries Mary through the trees of blah 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 pedal. I think that's funny. That's funny. Not all uncles are Uncle Larry.
That's true.
That guy. That's true. So true.
Your Uncle Paul.
The PRS with the tone enhancing tuner buttons sound the best. You're damn straight they do.
Why has nobody walked up to Paul Reed Smith and just called him Reed? I'm gonna do that. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna be like, what's up, Reed? And then be like pissed.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Excuse me.
Paul is obviously an intelligent dude. Like, you know, he's doing
He would know before I walked
defense contracts.
He would look at me and say, I know you're
And I gotta tell you, I'm not going into what it was about. But Derek and I witnessed him answer a grenade of a question at NAMM on one of his little talks, and he masterfully did it. And I was like,
from what it sounded like to me, the boys told me he basically pulled out a 45 and popped somebody in the middle of the damn show. He was like, bang! He was like, gotcha.
Well, and the person that he got they were pretty much on his side by the end of it.
they were
I was
like,
like, okay,
oh.
that's intelligent, that's smart, you know,
It is.
because it could have been a bad look for him, and he
Could have been.
you know,
He handled it.
he
Handled it
zigged
like a
and
man.
zagged and did all the
was like,
things,
"Huh, huh,
did all the
oh,
things he was
whoa."
supposed to do. All right, boys. I suppose we should probably go over and open the shop since
Do
it's,
some work.
Do some actual work. But seriously, let us know if you're interested in these guitars. Bean Lambs, let us know about. Hit us up and we'll weigh these things for you. Mighty Woodrow says he can't get past it. We understand. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. It was fun pulling these guitars out. I have a feeling I know what we'll be doing the rest of the day. Don't tell Baxter that we're just sitting around playing the new guitars. He's probably watching right now. Right now. Yep. Tom, we'll see you next week. Yeah, hit like, hit subscribe.
Hit the bell.